think we are now live. Yeah, near live. So, if you haven't heard already, what's Brom apparently about to sign Galatasaray forward Mbaye Diagne. I'm not sure if I said that right, but apparently who he's signing. Um, that's a good question. Will he have to self-isolate because he is coming from Turkey, which is obviously abroad? I think he might have to. I think only if he, because it is his job, so I'm not sure if he only has to isolate if he gets a positive test. I'm not sure if he'll have to isolate if he doesn't test positive. Hopefully he doesn't, and hopefully he's a good signing. Yeah, the next two games, Sheffield United and Fulham, are definitely the biggest games of the season. Could be entertaining. However, Fulham, and I mean, it doesn't matter too much, but I'd rather beat Fulham if we're focusing on staying up, because we will go above them if we beat Fulham. Are playing tonight, so if they win, then that means they'll go 4 points ahead of us. Yeah, because they are 1 point ahead. They're playing Brighton, by the way. And if we have a look at the league table, it doesn't look too let's have a look at it. This is the league table here. Scroll down. Brighton, as you can see, Brighton 17th, 17 points. They're 6 away from us, so that means if Fulham do lose, if say Brighton lose tonight to Fulham, and then we beat both Sheffield United and Fulham, we will definitely won't go above them, because we have got the worst goal difference in the league, obviously with 33, minus 33, you know. But yeah, so if Brighton win tonight, they were to 20th, meaning Newcastle will drop down to 17th, meaning we have to, these two will be must wins really. We have to pick up wins from both of these, or at least beat Sheffield. We have to beat Sheffield United because they're the worst team in the league on paper, and technically, if we beat them, then they will definitely be the worst team in the league. So we have to beat them. If we don't beat them, but we do beat Fulham, then that is better than if we lose to Fulham and don't beat Sheffield United, because losing to Fulham, beating Sheffield United, that's just standing there from 20th. Finishing 20th isn't a problem. We need to get promoted, stay up. And really, it's not that hard to stay up with. All these teams around here are dropping points every game, and we need to take the chance. in these next 2 games and pick up the points, because if we go to Saturday, we've got Fulham, their third easiest game in the league. That second easiest game in the league on paper. Go to Tuesday, Sheffield United, and then look at the 2 games we have after that. We've got Spurs, and Man United. So if we don't pick up the points in our next 2 games, we're not going to pick up points in our 2 games after that, are we? Because we're playing Man U and Spurs. We could pick up points. We're most likely not going to, because they're 2 of the best teams in the league. 2 are not the best. Where are we looking at? And then when we play this Saturday, who got? I think when we do play the Man U and Spurs, we could be in way different positions. The whole league could be different. Fulham could be in 14th. No, they couldn't be in 14th actually, because they won't. No, they could. Fulham. Where could Fulham could be 23rd? Fulham could be 15th. Brighton could be where we are. It could be a whole lot different. We could be the best team in the league by then. It's probably not going to happen, because it is only 3 weeks away, them matches, but they are must wins. And then after the Spurs and Man U match, there's no games in the midweek anymore really after next week, because it's just it's international break. There must be an international. Oh no, Premier League. What's this? What? Oh no, this is like we've got Burnley as well. That's an easy match, isn't it? It could be hard to get match by then. They might sign Ronaldo by then. You never know. They're not going to sign Ronaldo because it's Burnley. Not really Man United or one of those clubs. So yeah. And then after that, we've got another team. Champions League all week that week. I think we're playing on Sunday. No, we've got Brighton. Where are Brighton? 17th. And then look who we have got after that. Again, no Champions League, it's just games. And then I think it's a Sunday, is it? No, it's Saturday, it's going to be down the bottom. Look who we've got. Newcastle. So between now and March, we've got every team in the bottom 6 and 2 from the top of the league. By then, March, which is 2 months away, around about a month nearly, this could be a whole lot different. Wolves could be down here. They're more likely not, because none of these teams, except from Burnley and Brighton maybe, are picking up points. One of these teams will move up a place, will have more points, because these playing each other. We've got Sheffield United, we can win that easily. Fulham, we can win that. Brighton, we can win that. Newcastle, we can win that. Burnley, we can win all of these games. These are all terrible. There's a reason why they're at the bottom of the league. Newcastle, I'm not sure what's happening to them right now. They're worse than us, really. They're getting battered every week. I mean, so are we, but they've won. The last game they won, it was actually against us, and that was December the 12th. About 2 months ago, nearly. Brighton. Yep, they beat Leeds, didn't they? Burnley, they beat Liverpool with that penalty. We drew against Liverpool. That's something we have in common, isn't it? Fulham drew with Liverpool. Brighton, they didn't draw with Liverpool. Newcastle drew with Liverpool. Sheffield United, I think they probably got battered by them. But yeah, these, we don't have Wolves until May, so that's ages, and their team's going to be different right now. Jimenez could be back. I doubt Jimenez will be back. People on Twitter saying he could be back. That's highly unlikely because he did literally break his skull, and well, I doubt he'll be back. But I hope he's not back by then. He can be back after we play them because I know the second he does play, he'll put many goals past us because he's a class striker, one of the most underrated strikers in the league for sure. But out of these 6 games here, 5 games, that's right, we could win all of these. These 2 the most important because if we want to get out these ones, these are far away. 8 points away. By then, by the time we play them, which is in March, February, end of February and that, it could be different. We could have beaten these 2 and these could have dropped, and these 2 could have dropped loads of points. We could be in 17th. Hopefully we are. We've got to take the chance and beat both of these. Get 6 points. Get up to 18th on level points with Brighton, which I doubt will be on level points by next week because Brighton got Brighton and Albion matches, and these are scores, matches, fixtures. Yeah. Their next, they've got Fulham today, so they're most likely going to pick up a point there. Because I can't see them losing to Fulham. I know Fulham are just one below them, but look at the point range, and Fulham are not on form recently at all. Brighton, they're on alright form, only losing 1-0 to Man City. That's quite good, unlike us. 3-3 with Wolves. Could have done with Wolves beating them, but, they've got Tottenham. They've got some difficult fixtures coming up, to be honest. They've got Tottenham. They're not going to win that. When's that? Saturday? No, Sunday. So if they draw with Fulham, then we beat Fulham Saturday, and then these drop points to Spurs, and that opens up a gap, and then we beat Sheffield United because they've got Liverpool, and we'll only be 1 point. Or if they will lose, then we'll be on level points, and then we've got Burnley. While we've got Spurs, and we're not going to beat Spurs. We could beat Spurs. I doubt we're going to beat Spurs. Hopefully we beat Spurs. But yeah, it's Sheffield United, and we have to pick up points because I would take a draw against Fulham because they're a good team, Fulham. The last time we played them, we got battered 2-0, and it was the most depressing game, not of the season, because pretty much every game this season has been depressing. But normally we get points, even when it's Chelsea, we did get points, and it was still depressing because we're 3-0 up and somehow managed to bottle it, even though Havertz handballed it deliberately, and goal still counted. If you think about it, imagine if we'd won that game, that would have been. I really wish we'd won that game because we'd be. How did we lose that? Not win that, God. Look at that, we'd be on 14 points, 3 wins this season. These 2, I can't tell you how much we have to pick up points. But I can't see us. I feel like we're going to lose Sheffield United because Sheffield United aren't a bad team. If you look at the scores this season, fixtures, look at this. 3-1 to Spurs. Spurs got Again, there's no shame losing to Spurs. That's that good, but 3-1, not getting battered. 1-0, they beat Newcastle, which we couldn't do. 2-0 to Crystal Palace. That isn't the best stat to really say that they're not. I mean, look at this. Only 1-0 loss to Burnley. Burnley as well. You know, they're not the best of teams, so they didn't get battered by them. I mean, we did draw 0-0 with them. This time I think we'll lose. But generally, I can't see us getting another win this season. It'll be like shithouse probably. 1-0 to Everton. We got battered 5-2 by them. Draw was Brighton. 3-2 to Man U. They were pretty much dominate the whole game. Should probably be about 3-0, but Southampton, probably their biggest, well, that's probably their worst loss this season. So Leicester, last minute winner from Vardy, 1-0 to us, 1-0 to West Ham, 4-1 to Chelsea. That is quite a battering, to be fair. 1-0 to Man City. Again, we got battered 5-0 against them, even though we played them twice this season. We did draw 1-0 with them, 1-0. Liverpool 2-1. Fulham 1-1. Arsenal 2-1. 6-5. That penalty is all game because Jesus Christ, that must have been a good game. Look, it's all 1-0s, 2-0s. Generally, they lost to Arsenal 3-0, didn't they, at the start of the season? Was that for them? Yeah, that was fun. See, you know, like generally, look at these 2-0 to Wolves. You look at these, they haven't been battered really. Their defence is a lot better than ours. And I think for our team, the thing that we need to improve on, I don't know, because Man City, not scoring Man City, you're not bad if you don't score to Man City, because especially right now, because look at Man City's stats. The last time they conceded was against Chelsea. Again, one of the best teams in England, not at the minute, you know. The last time they dropped points was against us. Like generally, there's no showing not scoring, but when you're losing 5-0 as well, so I think the attack's alright. It's a bit confusing now. Grant came back into it. Robinson as well. Krzyzewski, Dean Garner's still injured as well. Townsend's back. The team I'd start with in goal, Johnson, obviously. Left back, I'd place Townsend because he's back from injury. I don't think you want to put him straight into there because you don't want him to get injured again. He's probably more of an injury than Grant's was. Right back, who's that? Furlong or O'Shea. In centre back, Bartley 100% needs to be in there with Ajayi because them two in defence, I'm not going to say them unstoppable because they do concede goals, but you know, I think them two in centre back faring against West Ham when Ajayi gave the ball away in like not long left of the half, which did kind of lead to their first goal, where he gave it away and then Bartley was there to just clear it. They worked together, you know, better than Ajayi and O'Shea, in my opinion. I think Bartley needs to be in there, and then O'Shea or Furlong right back. I think they're as good as each other, but O'Shea's younger, you know, not as much experience as it Furlong's had, but I think, you know, one of them in there really. The main problem, the main thing, weakness in our team is CDM, is the same in the midfield. Not the attacking, not Pereira and that. Romain Sawyers, Jake Livermore, and Conor Gallagher. Sawyers, what he did for their third goal, where he chested it and then lost it, and just gave up. He was awful generally. Not good yesterday. Everyone was, quite a few people were saying he was alright against West Ham, which I think he was, but he's not good enough. He needs to go back to the Championship, in my opinion. I think the hate you get given, I think everyone is way too harsh on him generally. He's he's not one of them areas who is a big reason why he got us promoted to the Championship, and I think the hate it's deserved maybe because all footballers, should get criticism, but I don't think as harsh as it is. Just no. But Gallagher has to be in there. But we need to remember he's on loan. Gallagher is on loan, and I think as well because you're only allowed 2 loans, we're gonna have to. We aren't. You're only allowed 2 loans. I think who got on loan? We got Gallagher on loan, and we had Kravinovic on loan. So I think because Kravinovic wasn't getting game time, I think that was the right decision to send him out on loan. But so that's probably how we're gonna get Diagne, if that's his name. But yeah, I'm not sure, man. The centre back in pairing, I think the centre backs, the left back, right back. Gibbs was awful yesterday. I didn't watch much of the game, but I could see that he Townsend was much more better when he was left back. If I'm going to be honest, Gibbs, how old is Gibbs now? Gibbs is he's 31, same age as Liverpool. Pretty younger than that, if I'm going to be honest. But yeah, CDM Gallagher in there for sure because he's got so much energy, and I think probably Liverpool. But we do need to sign a CDM if this transfer window. I think that Chowdhury, but we have to buy players because, like, even if it's just a mil or something, I'm not sure because I think you're only allowed 2 loans in your team. I'm not sure, but yeah. And then left mid is a massive problem as well because we've got too many. See, because when we first got Robinson, Sheffield United players, as fans I saw were saying, "Oh, he's not good enough to be." Well, no, they didn't say he's not good enough. They said he's good enough to be a striker, saying he doesn't like playing on, and he's better on the left wing. And when we did bring him in, he was so good on the left wing. He was. So I think he'd be better on the left wing or left mid than up front. But you see, left mid, you got Grzyski and Diagne as well as Robinson or maybe Grant because that's where Grant was playing left wing. And I thought, but we did sign Grant to be a goal scorer. We don't need another left winger because Diagne is obviously injured right now, so that means it's more down to them two, Robinson, Grant, or Grzyski. People are saying that Grzyski is most likely to leave. I hope not. He's not on loan, as you know. Yeah, I think Grzyski is probably better to be on the left mid, really. So I'll play Grzyski there, and then right mid, Snodgrass, obviously, because Snodgrass is. I know he's only been here for 2 games, but he had a massive impact. The first game he played against Wolves, what happened when he was all over the place. He was the main man for sure. And then the second game, West Ham, he couldn't play it. I think maybe if we did play him, we could have got something maybe, but because we did deserve a draw against West Ham, but you know, I'm not sure really, but yeah, Snodgrass and Cal, obviously Pereira and up front. If you do manage to get this Diagne guy, I've looked at his stats, looked at clips, he looks like a decent player to be fair. He's scored 9 goals this season from 15 games in the Turkish league. I'm not sure what the Turkish league's called, I forgot. Yeah, that is not bad. The Premier League's obviously harder than that league, but I think he's going to be a good sign if we do manage to get him. Looks like we are, if the news is true. Hopefully he's not going to be a massive flop. But what's the date today? It's the 27th, isn't it? Yeah. That's how many days left of the transfer window? 4 days? I'm not sure. Only 4 days. God. Is it 4 days? Yeah, 4 days. I think we can get, because that's usually what you do in transfer windows. You leave it till late. Usually what we do, and it doesn't really. But hopefully we can get something on him before Saturday. When is Wednesday today? 28th, 29th. It closes on Sunday then I think, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm not sure if it's like August one or September one where it goes on longer for the EFL, but I'm not sure if that's really going to help because we don't really sign players from the EFL really. The only ones like good players, I think maybe. I'm not really too sure, but when we need a CDM, generally a CDM is needed to be fair. Goals are that we need to get more goals. I know we did have scored 4 goals in the last 3 games, I think, yeah, which isn't bad, but could be better obviously. So yeah, and up front either Diagne or Grant. Let's see what people are saying on Twitter. Where's Twitter? Here we are. Here. So look at what people are saying. What's this? Is this about Eunice? I'll just talk. We're truly positive that this can happen. It's a very good news. What's this? Nuno Espirito Santo positive striker could be. He's obviously talking about Jimenez there. I don't think he'll be back. No, I don't think he'll be back by then. If I'm going to be honest. Who's playing today then? So look at that. I know Walter is here, isn't it? Actually, the camera on Twitter for a minute. I should have Arsenal on my new stuff. Not really much happening. Grand. He's the one who was. Oh yeah, that's the guy who was assistant manager with Big Dave, wasn't he? And practically got him sacked, mate, because he ruined the whole. What was he doing? I'm not sure. Newcastle. In 2012, members of the Three Lions were made out and visited Auschwitz. Don't know what to make up. Oh, here we go. These are matches today then. Quite a lot of good matches. Partial, what's happening? Sutton Blast Western. Sutton, who's this?
Bates! Lisa! Bates!
Look at the games then for today. Alright, so we've got Burnley versus Villa. Actually, it was Villa winning that one. Yeah, not really much. Not really used to saying I want Villa to win, but you know, there's a lot of teams we need to lose this season. Chelsea, Wolves, mm, Chelsea. I want them to win. I don't need Chelsea to win. Obviously, want them to win because you know you don't want to see the Wolves, the Dingle Bastards, getting points. You know you don't want to winning games, and you love to see them losing. Obviously, so hoping for a Chelsea win as well. They got their new manager as well, Thomas Tuchel. I think that's how you say it. Fulham, Brighton could do the 0-0 draw there. That'd be nice. Everton, Leicester. That did not affect us at all. You know, it's all the way at the top of the league. For my fantasy team, I'd probably rather Leicester win. Got Barnes in my fantasy team. I did have Vardy, but he's out injured. Not injured, I'm pretty sure he's got a hernia problem. But, you know, hopefully he recovers. Man U, Sheffield United, that's a pretty obvious one. We want United to win that one. I'd love to, hopefully, because I know if they get back into we'll have a goal somewhere in there and you know, from my fantasy team as well, because a lot of people have probably got Bruno in their fantasy team, haven't they? And it'll probably make them less confident going into next week's game. It's away as well, which is good. So that's Morgan Rogers, isn't it? He used to play for us when he went to Mans. Let's see this then. I have to go goalkeeper. I'm pretty sure Lincoln have got a lot of our players on loan as well. Let's go to FootMob and I'll show you how many they've got. It's quite mad how many players or former West Brom players they've got. FootMob. Right, Lincoln. Search up Lincoln. So it's not Lincoln, is it? Lincoln City. Right, squad. Alright, so you can already see two former or so Alex Palmer, obviously he's on loan. On Max Melbourne as well. I'm not sure if he's on loan or he has fully just left them. Midfielders. can't really see their pictures. Callum Morton on loan from us as well, isn't he? Morgan Rogers, that's about 4 already. I'm pretty sure there's another one. What's he called? Oh, I forgot his name. There is another one, I'm sure there's another one. Kyle Watkins, I'm sure he plays for Kyle Watkins. Let me search that up. Kyle Watkins. Nah. I was going to show you that there was quite a few, but there obviously isn't, because I'm sure Jamie Ford, I'm not sure that's his name, but I'm sure he used to play for us. On that. I'm not too sure, but they've got quite a few, which is good because they're doing quite good, and a former West Brom coaches as well. Let's look at the news as well. Yeah, Odegaard signed for Arsenal. That'll be a massive sign, but very good signing. He was very good at Real Sociedad. Tuchel as well. Chelsea, hopefully he can get his first one tonight. A good old. Oh yeah, as well. For this, as you know, Lukaku did play for, which if you're not a West Brom fan, it's probably quite shocking to you that he did play for. He was on loan. He did score a hat trick. I think it's actually against Man U in actually Sir Alex Ferguson's last game, and I think that might have been a massive convince for United to sign him. See, I think from what happened was I think Lukaku got fouled and Ibrahimovic came over and then they started having like head put look. Lukaku, Jesus, what was Lukaku saying? Lukaku supposedly told the Swede, "F you and your wife, you little." I don't want to swear. You can probably see what it says there, bitch. Obviously. As Lukaku reached the tunnel, he also alleged you want to speak about my mother, you son of a. I'll shoot you in your head. Jesus. He's really angry there. And Lukaku said, let's go inside, we're gonna see. Oh, he said something about his mom, yeah. Fair enough. Well, Lukaku is not holding back. They did play for each other, didn't they? Looks like he's kissing his forehead there. A bit random if you haven't seen the video. I'll try and find it. It's probably on YouTube. So. Yeah, they did play for each other at Man U, didn't they? Probably. Obviously, Inter Milan versus AC Milan is a derby. Neither of these are, little guys who will, if they get tapped, they'll go down rolling. They're especially not Ibrahimovic and Lukaku. Obviously, he's a beast there, isn't he? I'm pretty sure Lukaku didn't get sent off. Oh, I think Ibrahimovic probably already on a yellow card, wasn't he? He got a second. Yeah, and then Lukaku did go on to score an equaliser, and then Christian Eriksen, former Tottenham midfielder, scored a magnificent free kick, obviously, won it. Yeah, I think the next time them two play each other could be another big happen. But like I said, neither of them are little players who, if they get hit or anything, they'll go down or they get tapped. But as you can see, were headbutting each other. Ibrahimovic got sent off and got the second yellow. What were the scores yesterday? Ignore the one at the bottom. Well, Brom. Oh, FA Cup. What was they playing? Crawley beat Leeds, didn't they? What did I click on there? Susek, and he's a beast. He is. If you've got him in your fantasy team, I don't have him in my fantasy team. I accidentally put Barnes in instead. Barnes has been good since putting on the team, to be fair. Newcastle, yeah, that's good. Newcastle fans actually, I think they're wanting to lose. Really, they're not too bothered about losing. They're hoping to lose so they can get not Bilic and Steve Bruce sacked, which fair enough because he's really you know some kind of national Holocaust day or something today. Abraham. Oh yeah, as well. Ibrahimovic posted a picture on his Instagram story. It was really obvious that it was edited because you could see the person. I think they're using the face app. You can turn old and get rid of your hair and stuff. I've used that one before, and it still like leaves bits of the hair around, and it was obvious people making up things saying that he was doing it for his wife or something. Not a wife, some fan he's got cancer, which he obviously hadn't. I think he was just joking, and he obviously hadn't because if you saw, you've just seen that game was yesterday, and his hair hasn't been cut off. In Zlatan's world, there is no place for racism. All the same race will equal up. Yeah, I think playing in Serie A, it's a predominantly very racist place. Balotelli knows it. I think knows it. I'm not sure if Lukaku's. No, Lukaku, yeah, he has at Inter Milan. Yeah, and Moise Keane, I think that's the main reason why he's actually left Juventus because of how racist Italy is, which just shows that that's not good, is it? Once a year again. McGregor retiring, is that what it said? Exactly. This is exactly what I'm saying. I'm not sure why people are getting so angry. Expecting we were going to get something out of this week. You should be angry obviously that we lost 5-0, but not as angry as maybe Leeds or Crystal Palace, because it's Man City, best team in England right now. I think nobody can beat them generally, and there's generally no shame losing to them. But losing to them 5-0 is a bit ridiculous. Burnley did it. Burnley, they didn't drew 1-1 with them today. Well, they haven't yet, but the draw 1-1 was but exactly what it says here. We could play good, and we probably still would have lost 5-0. There's no positives to take from that really. Anyway, nobody's actually seen this. I've been speaking to myself really for the last 45 minutes. But yeah, I'm gonna go now because not really much to speak about. Yeah, we're close to signing. I think deal has been agreed for it, and it's just time. He's gonna have his medical, I think, and then he's gonna be a West Brom player hopefully soon. So yeah, gonna go. Might go late, live later. Might do a watch along actually for a Chelsea match. So yeah, see ya.